So this is my project called The Immortality of Education. So this project was made to shed light on a topic that not a lot of people talk about, which is adults in college. And I plan to unveil the multitude of adversities adults may face in college. And for the range of the research participants that I have, it's adults ranging from the ages of the early to late 40s, and possible challenges that they may face include like suffering from imposter syndrome and also like balancing tedious college workloads with their own demanding lives. And these are a few categories of interest that I analyze, which include descriptive factors, childhood, application process experience, the college experience, their future goals, and any advice or takeaways that they have. So starting off with respondent one, who is my oldest aunt. She's 49 years old. She grew up and she currently lives in Antigua and Barbuda. And she attends Monroe College in St. Lucia as her first year. And currently she's specializing in business management with a minor in human resources. And she's currently working towards obtaining her bachelor's degree. This is respondent two, who's my mom. She's 45 years old. She grew up in Antigua and Barbuda, and she lives in the Bronx, New York. And she currently attends the College of Westchester as her first year. And for her major, she's pursuing, her major is healthcare administration, and she's pursuing an associate's degree. And then for my youngest aunt, who's 40 years old, she was born in Antigua and Barbuda, and she currently lives in California. And she attends UC Berkeley, and she's currently majoring in African American studies and social welfare, and she's pursuing a bachelor's degree. These are just a few pictures of their colleges. And then I wanted to have a further analysis, so I asked them I sent them a survey of questions, and I had them answer it, and then from then I just analyzed any similarities that I saw. So for their childhood, I asked them what subjects do they enjoy the most as children, and all of them loved or enjoyed English. And for the application process for college, I asked them if there were any obstacles that they experienced. And two participants, my mother and my oldest aunt, they spoke about how it was hard for them to obtain the necessary credentials or producing transcripts from all of their previous institutions that they attended. And I know for my mother, it was hard for her to obtain a new copy of her GED because the college didn't accept her old one as it had her last name spelled incorrectly. And then for more similarities, I asked them about their college experience. And I wanted to know, since with COVID times makes everything difficult. So I wanted to know if there were any obstacles or benefits in pursuing college in an online environment. And I wanted to know how they made space for themselves in their life. And two of the participants, my mother and my oldest aunt, they found the lack of face-to-face contact to be one of their greatest obstacles. I know that my oldest aunt, she prefers to be in an actual classroom setting, as she's not as tech savvy. And then all of the participants, they attempt to manage their time well to ensure that they have time for hobbies, work, and their college workload. So my oldest aunt, her typical work day is she will just do her daily tasks, and then whenever she has free time, she reserves that for college work time. And then for my mother, she says that she puts her time management to good use, and she tries to not let distractions get the best of her. And then for my youngest aunt, she says that she stacks her classes, so she'll have 2 to 3 consecutive classes per day in order to make sure that after those classes, she has time to pursue hobbies, which include traveling or photography. And then I wanted to know more about their future goals. And my mother and my oldest aunt said that they plan to get promoted to positions with higher pay. And then see, these are some of the differences that I saw in the data. So for their childhood, I asked them again, what subjects did they enjoy the most as a young person? And my oldest aunt said that she enjoyed food and nutrition, typing, social studies, geography, and crafts. And then for the application process, I asked them if there were like any family members that they had or like friends that like influenced their decision to pursue a college education. Um, and my oldest aunt said that her daughter, who's enrolled in the University of the West Indies, and her cousin, who's enrolled in Monroe College, impacted her decision to enroll in college. For my mother, she said that her daughter's success pushed her to like want to do her best as well. So like that's why she wanted to go into college. And then for my youngest aunt, she said that her supportive partner, as well as her mother, who made a lot of sacrifices to the family, made her want to enter college. And then she also says that since she lives in California, it's kind of a place where like a college like diploma is kind of necessary if you want to like have access to different things. So like that's why she also kind of needs it. And then for the college experience, I also wanted to ask them if there were any classes that they enjoyed. And my oldest aunt, she says that she enjoys employee and labor relations, analytical thinking, writing and research, and global business. And then my mom says that she enjoys transformative learning, which is an English course. And my youngest aunt says that she enjoys her anthropology class and Black intellectual thought class. And for the future goals, my youngest aunt's goals was like the only one that differed from the rest of them. And she says that she intends to help underserved children in the community, attend graduate school, and then in the future, she'll possibly become a commercial airline pilot. And then imposter syndrome was kind of a topic that I really wanted to dig deep into because like I know that given the fact that they're most likely not the same age as many of the students that they have in their class, like I wanted to know if like being an adult would like kind of affects like their mentality in a sense, or like how they feel compared to like their other peers. So like for a quick definition, imposter syndrome is an internal experience of feeling as though you're not as competent as others perceive you to be. And in other words, when one doubts their skills. So I asked them if this sounded familiar to them. And if so, like how do they combat imposter syndrome while in college? So my oldest aunt, she says that she does have imposter syndrome, but she tackles it by just telling herself that it's a learning process and that everyone learns at their own rate. For my mother, she also relates to imposter syndrome. And she said that after she was accepted, she had self-doubt and thought that she wouldn't be able to keep up with the work. But now like she's like a few weeks into her college journey, and she's kind of getting more used to it now, like with balancing her own, like taking care of a child and like having to go to work and also doing college work. So she says that it's like just mind over matter and she can do this. And then for my youngest aunt, she said that she doesn't have imposter syndrome, but like knows of many students who do have it. And her advice to them is just that, well, we have to run our own, we have to run our own race and we shouldn't worry about what others are doing, and that you're in this space because like you deserve to be there regardless of your gender identity, your age, your race, or nationality, and that you belong. And these are just a few quotes from them that I got. That's just like for advice for anyone, like any adult or anyone who's like in college or just in general, for anyone who's just insecure. One is never too old to learn. Knowledge is key to any and everything. All an adult has to ask himself is this all I want from life? And is this where I want to be? Go for it. A lot of people worry about age, but any way you look at it, those 2 or more years will pass and you can be 2 years older with without a degree or 2 years older with a degree. Choose wisely. And that's it.